I think it's about time to hop into our first elimination set of the day. Up next, we've got a best of 5 between Rappel and Grass, and we are hopping straight in to game number 1.
Welcome back to Genesis Retold. We've got a brand new series for you coming up. This is going to be part of our finals. It's a best of 5 and a clan battle. We've got Aces, TheRapl, going to be playing as Zeus over here in the color blue on the east side of the map, and he's up against his teammate. It is going to be Aces Grass playing as Loki in the color red here on the west, and the map we have is going to be Marsh to kick off this series.
Fitz, this is going to be a very different game. I predict it's going to be a very different game. We saw Recon and Mista, almost the same matchup. That was Loki against Poseidon, whereas we got Loki against Zeus here. So it's going to be interesting to see the discrepancies. This is a completely different map. Marsh plays very, very differently compared to Ghost Lake, for sure. I think Grass, knowing Grass's style, I think he's going to go a lot more typical Loki play. He's going to be going a little bit more harassment, aggressive, taking the initiative, etc. Rappel, I'm not sure what Rappel's going to do. It looks like he has a decent town center back there. He might think about some TC play potentially at some point in time. Oh, those are pigs back there. I thought there were maybe some Aurochs or Hippos. Maybe not then. It's not the best town center back there. Anyways, I'm expecting a lot more aggression. We see the spy getting used by Grasscoom early on. So I don't know. Instead of just watching these guys macro, I'm hoping we see some micro instead.
In this map, it's got 6 relics, a little bit more than you usually see. So let's take a second and do a little relic check here. Oh, I like that one. A pair of lions will appear. And boy, you guys just saw the monkeys. Wait till you see the lions in action. We'll see if they pick that one up. One of my favorite relics. Villagers regenerating hit points. That one's all right. It's all right. It's a mid relic right there. We've got, what's that? Pygmalion statue. Who's someone tell who's Pygmalion? Increases villager hit points. That's a little nice. Keeps you away from raids. You get 2 villager relics if you want. Arrow of Heracles increases the attack of ranged soldiers and ranged heroes. Always a nice one to have there. And then we've got the Pelt of Argus, improves all units line of sight. Knowledge is power. Line of sight. That's a good one. I like that one a lot. And last but not least, we've got our 6th relic of the day. It's going to be temple improvements are cheaper. So 6 relics, boy, oh boy. Let's see if the players decide to go for those here in transition of the game. But certainly a lot of fun stuff. Is the guy who made a statue and fell in love with it, says Soup. Thank you so much for our mythology lore.
Imagine having the name Pygmalion.
Pygmalion.
Speaking of Pygmalion, I can't remember what the other relic is called. The one with yeah, we got Athena coming in, we got Forseti coming in. Yes, exactly that one right there, vodka, right in front of Rappel's base. Oh, maybe it's the one. No, it's the one with the ranged archer. Wherever.
You have a 1 in 6 chance.
There we go. The arrows of Heracles. Arrows of Heracles. Really didn't know Heracles had arrow. Anyway, yeah, I think that one's kind of a scary one, potentially. I don't think that the relics are going to make a big difference. However, that one potentially could. We know that Zeus, Hades archers, super scary. Zeus archers not quite as scary, but by all means, if you get a nice ball of those archers with a relic, that could eventually be quite scary to try and fight against. Sure, there's plenty of counterplay that Loki has with myth units and whatnot, but still, that's potentially scary. I don't think the other ones are really. Oh, that's right. The golden lines and the arrows of Heracles. Those are the big ones, right? Yeah. Let's see who gets that bad boy.
They probably won't grab any of them now that we've talked about them. Oh, you got one. There we go. Yeah, he's going for one of them. There we go.
You already grabbed it. What's this one? The Pygmalion statue. There we go.
Yeah,
I don't know
what statue. Well, he's got the spy, of course. So Grass, he kind of knows what's going on. He knows what what myth unit his opponent has. You got to know that there's a spy amongst your ranks somewhere. So gonna take it a little careful. He's there on the berries and base, creating a little bit of a choke point. He's going to build a wall there. Maybe put in a wall on the other side of those trees too, so you can go out to those hippos later. Perhaps just playing very defensively. You always want to build In Age of Mythology, you want to make sure you build your base in a way that's going to kind of build walls with your houses and your barracks and your armories and whatever, which is different from Age of Empires 4, where you can run between the buildings. That's kind of, AoE 4 is kind of the outlier of all the Age of Empires, because usually in the other games you do build like this all the time. But look at this, an easy pickup for the hero, Troll. A little bit far. Is he going to get away? He's close to get not today, not today.
But still, Jason's going to lose some HP for it, so I hope that Troll's worth it, man, because he's just given free favor, essentially, to those Herser right there and losing free HP, kind of, almost. Speaking of base building real quick, shout out to our Victor earlier today, Magic. He actually posted a video, if I'm not mistaken, YouTube video about base building, so it is a very important part of AOM. Most age games. I didn't know in AoE 4 that you could go between the buildings.
Yeah, AoE 4 is the only one that's different, where it's like you just kind of put your buildings wherever because you can run between them. It's different, but is what it is. But Herser's out here getting some damage. Of course, this is Loki we're talking about, so every one of those smacks is a tick, 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 tick on the hidden favor meter, and eventually we'll get a free myth unit spawning out. So we'll get there soon. And archers, looks like you're gonna get a few of those. Just playing defensively, taking his time here. There's some Cav Herser. Looks like Grass is looking to play rather aggressive here. He just continues to bring units across the map. Go in there, take a dive.
Yeah, no surprise there. No surprise there. I predict really what Loki wants to do here, just contain Rappel inside his base, make sure he has enough map control. What we're seeing right here, he's hunting in the middle of the map, so he wants to make sure he keeps Rappel in Rappel's base so that he can try and take advantage of that hunt around the map. Oh, that's a bummer, losing your scout. Whoops, Rappel. Anyway, that's really all the name of the game for Grassenberg, trying to play the containment game. There's not a ton of game-ending damage he can do just yet, but that is a little bit of raiding perhaps here and there. But other than that, he just wants to get a nice row of timing on top of this bit of harassment.
Diving in that raiding Cav. Not sure that's where he wanted to be. I mean, in the end, that wall's gonna come in handy now as he wraps on this side. Not gonna find anything to get. Can you squeeze through there? No, that's completely walled off. And it's not range. Yeah. Oh, you can. I guess yeah, you can do this without the towers being upgraded. Certainly, do some damage there. So that house is gonna be going down. Will it house him? Actually, will. Oh, he saves it at the last moment. I thought he was gonna take it out. Archers, though, getting some shots off. They're on the run, so not going to be able to get the kill. They're going to run away.
Again, it's not a ton of damage, you know. A little bit of house damage here, little maybe a teensy bit of idle time on, you know, wood villies, berry villies, something like that. I think Grass is playing this just fine. Really, we have a very adventurous Minotaur here, looking for some eco to harass. Looks like
Age up underway, trying to get some more walls going on there. It's gonna be taking those out. Yeah, that's no problem right there. Oh, the Minotaur gets out.
Dude,
is that the noise?
That's it. What was that? Let's hear it again. Yeah, that's a Minotaur for sure.
Builders go flying. A nice split screen. Man, we have the best production crew in all of esports here. Did you see that split screen? That was just beautiful. That was beautiful. We didn't have that back in the early days of the AoE 3 tournaments on here, so it's great to see how far we've come. I can't wait to see the Pesty versus H rematch coming up soon.
Right, it's coming, right? Anyway, yeah, that's a nice bit of damage. Like, you know, you'd think that Grassengroom, being the aggressor here, that he would be chilling, not having to worry about his economy. That was a sneaky little Minotaur. Actually, where is that Minotaur? Vodka, do we know where that Minotaur is? He's still chilling down there. He's going for round 2 on that gold mine potentially, but there's a Herser nearby. Yeah.
Guy moves. He just really moves. Look at him. He's booking it. I'm always amazed how fast these things are. Like, they look like they're heavy units that like take time. Like, no. They are fast. They're like Mike Tyson in round 8.
What?
Hopping all around. Okay, H3, we got flaming weapons with Loki. Always a nice 1-2 punch you can do here if he goes for the attack. It looks like I see a death ball forming there in the middle. Will he push his advantage before his opponent gets to the next age. We do see Rappel is aging up to the heroic age himself, so I think he probably wants to get in there before that happens, but we'll see when he's saving it for.
Well, here's the awkward part, Fitz. Like, Rappel's doing a good job of not taking damage. Grass is trying to contain him, blah, 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 blah. But here's the interesting thing. Now that we're up into, what time are we at? We're at 10 minutes. Gold mines are starting to get close to expire. You know, big cataclysmic god powers are just about ready to come in. So, big question is, what is actually, can you check real quick how much gold is left over? Is it, what, like 1,000 gold left over possibly in that mine? 600? Okay, so he's got a little bit of time, a little bit of a cushion to work with. Where does Grass go push in? It's on 1 TC, going for that push. Dude, is he seriously gonna dive the base? Nuh-uh.
I don't know. I like that he can escape the flaming weapons with his walls if he wants to. That's kind of the way he's built this.
True.
But yeah, he like knows. He's like, he even built a double layer, or started to on the other side.
Yeah. I was gonna say gold mine wise, like which gold mine is it gonna go to? The one down on the bottom side of Rappel's base is super exposed and open. But yeah, this one up here is also kind of exposed and open, but there is that the group of hippos there as well. So he's gonna be able to park his army. Boom. Park his army right there. Take the hippos, get the gold mine afterward, and just play it from there. He's got a couple of god powers to fight against flaming weapons. There's a lot of potential here for Rappel to survive against this crazy flaming weapons spike, but still, man, flaming weapons be scary.
They're just kind of taking their time here. I thought there was going to be a big fight. They looked like it, and maybe he was trying to get him to trigger some bronze or something. I don't know. There'll be a bronze and flaming web at the same time, most certainly. Archer's able to take advantage of these walls. Shooting at the board, not going to do a whole much damage, but targeting that backline does. Minotaur sending a raiding cav flipping away. And there's Herser rather fast. AC up to the north side. That's going to hit a nasty raid if he's not careful.
I'm pretty sure that Rappel got the relic. It's a little bit of harassment over here that we're taking a look at. I'm pretty sure Rappel got the relic for his... did he get the Pygmalion statue? Oh, bro. I think... Yeah, check the relics real quick. Is that Pygmalion? He got Pygmalion statue.
Wow, he's got Pygmalion? Wow.
Okay, so saving Vills potentially because of that. But he didn't get the Archer one, actually. So those Archers, those talks are not quite as strong as they could have, would have, should have been, perhaps. Vills are, though.
Okay, so he's going to be building some more wall segments, it looks like. A lot of dancing around the arena right now, but they really haven't taken any fights. Just a few volleys here and there. Just when you think he's going to get it, he turns around. It's a lot of Herser. Army count, 106 versus 88. Is he going to use it soon? Bleeding units right now to the Greeks up on the north side. But the surround coming in, I think we're going to see it. Yep, here we go. Let's
Rappel
get ready to rumble!
Dude, has Rappel pushed out way too far outside of his base? He's kind of out here in no man's land, and he's gonna get completely surrounded, man. There's a troll on the Hippospis. Dude! Oh, God. Everything coming in, baby. God powers galore coming in. Who's gonna actually take this game, or take the fight, and probably the game afterward?
I'm not sure yet. We've got, of course, bronze, restoration, and flaming weapons. And on top of that, you've got free myth units spawning in. But it looks like, Rappel, I think Grass thought he was going to win that, but Rappel said, hold my beer, pops out this bronze, and does no problem there. I think it's just the number of Hippopis just counter so much of that army. It was just like tons of Herser, and they're just getting direct countered.
Well, it was all about the positioning, dude. It was all about the positioning. I think we'd have to go back and maybe look at a replay, but I think all of the talks were sitting right in front of the throwing axeman. Boom, boom, boom. Perfect counter right there. Rappel had nice micro. He repositioned his Hippospis to counter the Hersier. So I think it was just a little bit of some repositioning from Rappel, and boom, he just completely deletes that Loki army, man. I think we maybe got one myth unit spawn, a Valkyrie. All the other units just completely died right away. Crazy, man. I think Rappel can ride this wave to victory, honestly. Look at the military discrepancy there.
100 versus 25. Yeah, that's going to be huge. I mean, Grass would have to do something crazy. And for Loki, I mean, that's one of the biggest things they got, right? Is that flaming weapons push with your big infantry armor. And at this point, he's got to kind of change tactics. He can't just really push into this. He's making throwing axemen looks to be his best option right now. Minotaur, maybe could go for a raid down here. It's not looking so good at the moment for Grass.
At all, man. Are we gonna see another? Is that the same Minotaur as before? That'd be hilarious, dude. I think that's so crazy OP. The fact that the dwarves or the look at that, man. The special attack, it just drives me bonkers. Minotaur can do that. It grinds my gears, man.
This could. He's gonna get the dwarves. Run, dwarves! Their little legs can only go so fast. They're trying to get out of there, but they're just getting slaughtered right now. Ooh, I don't know.
Yo, those little dwarvies are pretty dadgum fast, man. They're like, I'm surprised they all escaped. You only lost like 1 or 2, 3 of them, something like that. Not too bad. Not as bad as it could have, would have, should have been. That's for sure.
Underneath the town center right now. What can Grass do to stabilize? He's got boars. He's got throwing axemen. Seems to be his move. Are there heroes in the that army running around on the south side? I'm not so sure. Yeah, like 1 or 2. Okay, he's got some. Maybe the boar can help tank a lot of that.
Here's the thing. Here's what Grass is doing right now. Grass is playing. He's playing cockroach mode, right? If there's after losing all that army, he might not have the big, you know, the big counter push that he can put together. But if he can just play cockroach mode, he can maybe spread out his economies, just have random little raids like this with these battle boars, random Hersia raids, that sort of thing. He can maybe cockroach his game or cockroach his way back into this game. You know, Rappel's an extremely competent player and should be able to handle it. However, if there is something, if there is a door that he can, you know, crawl under, cockroaches, mice, man, those little things can get into everything, right? If there's a little crack in the window, he's gonna cockroach his way back into it.
Oh boy, the boar's out there going for the little raid. He's trying, but we've got Hero over there to take care of those, and down they'll be going. And looks, yeah, just a few chases on the right, a few chases on the left, all over the place. Pop-wise, 170 right now for Rappel versus the 115 for Grass. So pretty considerable difference. He's got another 2 boars in queue, though. He's just been losing them pretty quickly to these heroes. A Greek hero is just going to be very effective. You don't want to stand there and fight him. You got to run away. And yeah, he's got the spy, so he knows they're there in the middle, but he's trying to get in the raiding cav. Maybe he could do some damage here because this is a big archer.
Yo, this is kind of working. Like, by all means, he's still. Oh God, maybe it's not working after all.
I don't know. It's looking like Rappel's on his John Deere ready to mow some grass. And then he's moving that down to the south side. They got villagers on the run once again, in big trouble. But throwing axeman going to loop around to the north side.
But still, he's not dead. Look, it's only a 10 villager difference, dude. And he's at about half of the military population. Again, man, I think he can cockroach his way back into this game. Maybe take a fight with a bunch of myth unit spawns to try and just kind of throw a monkey wrench into the equation here. The game ain't over, that's for sure. It's not looking good for Grass. You know, he's on the back foot, but hey, man, cockroaches have what? How many feet do they have? They got 6 feet or something like that.
No idea.
You don't know about cockroaches? Huh?
I know grass. I'm big on grass. I just got myself a John Deere this spring. I sent a picture to Mista because I knew he'd appreciate it.
Bro, I'm pretty big on grass myself. all right.
Big hits there, and another one, 3 boars. That's actually going wonderful. He's throwing those all over, sitting there with the healing spring too on the back line. About as good as he could hope for this.
Yeah, dude, you see what I'm saying? The battle boars can maybe use their special little buck attack, complicate and just make it all messy. Okay, never mind. There we go. Battle boar spawn for the win. Almost, more like for the loss. Grass decides to tap out.
Look at that fight there at 13 minutes. That's the picture. That's 3 god powers cast, and you know, Grass was the one who initiated that fight. So I think he thought it was gonna go, a different way, but unfortunately, not the case. Rappel with a pretty decisive victory here after that big old battle in the middle.
Oh yeah. Man, you think it looks like such a good opportunity. What is this? Resources collected. So Eco's pretty darn similar up until the very end, once he lost, kind of after he lost the map control and whatnot. Anyway, you think you have such a delicious looking fight rather, to just delete the army, but oh boy, no, no. Here we
Oh
go,
boy.
folks. Let's
We have to
see the
relive this
micro.
one. I don't think Grass is gonna watch this, but yeah, this is what basically decided the game. We had all the god powers come on and out. Look at that army composition. A lot of Herser, and you look, all the Hippists are all on the north side, completely countering them directly. And Bronze also. I mean, flaming weapons or Bronze? Which god power would you rather have here right now? Bronze looking pretty good.
Yo, big time. I mean, it was just pretty basic, simple micro from Rappel, and it was unfortunate, positioning there on the side of Grass and Groom, and his army gets deleted so hard, man. That's the story of the game right there. Big
Yep.
fat, big fat population dropping off the cliff, man. Holy smokes.
Well, it looks like we're going to be into game number 2 very quickly, which I love, getting these things moving along here as we've been moving. Savannah is going to be the next map. Arnos versus Poseidon. What do you think about that one?
Good. Sorry, I'm all hyped up on Loki balls, man. Poseidon gets Kronos. I don't know. It's going to be a little bit chaotic. It depends on the Ramillo numbers, honestly, how well Poseidon is going to be able to handle the Ramillo numbers. I'm expecting Ramillo with Bite of the Shark upgrade. That's my expectation, and it kind of comes down to how many of those bad boys that Rappel's going to be able to spam.
Yep. I think that'll be definitely big. Well, game number 2, of course, best of 5. So first to 3 wins the series. Grass gonna be looking to get some points on the board. Gonna be pulling out Poseidon for this game. Yep. And if we look at his draft, that was like 4th in his draft. We see Rappel taking, I guess, a little play out of Magic's book, going for the reverse draft, right? Ornos and Zeus. He's picking his last drafted gods first.
Interesting. Very interesting. That's a good point. We'll know if it's, it'll be interesting to see what game 3 is if he goes for Thor as well.
Well, I'm hearing the sounds of the game, and we're going to be getting into it. Welcome to Genesis Retold. This is game number 2 of Rappel versus Grass, and it's a clan match, the Aces clan. I'm Fitzbro. We got Iron Maiden on the other side, and introducing your player on the south side, we have TheRapl going to be playing Atlanteans, Kronos here in the color blue. It would be the color blue. I'm looking at the color map. And on the north side, we're going to have Grass playing in the color red, playing as Poseidon. I don't know why. Every time I see Grass's name when I'm casting, this isn't the first time. I always just associate green. That's why I said it. He gets me. Anyways, here we go.
Fitz, I was gonna say, Fitz is definitely a fan, a fanboy of Grass. I think we can confirm, seeing green left and right here. Anyway, yeah, I think it's gonna come down to Marmillo numbers. Marmillo definitely the scary. I don't know if you'd call it scary per se, but I think that's definitely scary for on the Poseidon side. It is possible to go for a decent amount of Terma. Kind of depends on the food options. We'll take a look at the map here in a second, and to kind of see what the food options are on the Urano side, to see how viable it is to go for Marmillo, Bite of the Shark upgrade, Oceanus, that whole thing. Monkeys, baby, vodkas, yeah, looking at the food options. Those external food options are definitely viable. Oh, mama, hello, rhinos. Definitely viable for Uranos with the sky passages. Definitely makes it a lot more viable to go out there and get that exterior the food sources, food, gold, all that sort of thing. So it's kind of down to Grass and Groom to put the pressure on, get his heroes out early, utilize them, try to get the pressure going, force Rappel to have some idle time with those citizens, walking time if he can. Just kind of play it from there.
Yep, and we do see allure being used right away here for Poseidon, a little bit different from what we saw in the previous series rather. Let's check out the relics we have today. Maybe starting there on the north side. Okay, Nose of the Sphinx increases building hit points. It actually looks like he turned around. Maybe he was going for that one at first. On the east side, we've got Hestia's Hearth. Villagers train faster. Ooh, it's a nice little eco one to have, as always. We got, what, 4 relics in this map. Tale of Cerberus. Myth units use their special ability more. 25% faster recharge time. That's a nice one. I don't know if I've really seen that one a whole lot. Then you have the Bow of Artemis. Ranged soldiers and ranged myth units are cheaper. So there's going to be some nice relics. 2 on the left and 2 on the right.
Those are some potentially really nice relics, man. The myth units use their special faster, the recharge time, etc. That's a sneaky Hermes coming in. It looks like we got Prometheus. Prometheus, really? We've seen no, man. Why? Is there a change in the patch? Why have we not seen as much Oceanus as what we've seen in the past? I feel like I'm missing something here. But anyways, regardless, that relic, man, can be sneaky strong. For example, on the Greek side of things, on the Poseidon side of things, if he gets Nemean Lines out, for example, even Centaurs, man, the Centaur special attack, the Nemean Lion special attack, those special attacks can be so broken brutal if he's using those bad boys back to back to back. On the Atlantean side of things, maybe we can see what are those things called? Satyrs. Satyrs can have a brutal special, as well. So, dude, that's a sneaky, really good relic.
It looks like those arrows could be. They shot the Oracle. I thought he was maybe going to shoot at the Tizen, but he's trying to take out the Oracle, but it gets heroized, so it ain't gonna really matter. It's a hero now. Not gonna be really scared of him. Going to be running away, and he does have his first sky passage up. Did he build on the east side too? It looks like maybe he did. So of course, a nice little civ bonus there. Can hop around those sky passages all around the map, which is kind of very interesting for Age of Mythology. And there we do have counter barracks.
Double stable. Interesting. How about I know we have a counter barracks going up on Rappel side. What is this other building? I don't know if he's going for double counter barracks or... Okay, so Mermillo Terma, presumably.
Yeah, we do see some hip use on the way for Poseidon. No big surprise there. He did get the villagers trained faster. Oh, he's got it in his hands. He wants to take that home. That's a nice relic to have, but would rather harass the citizens at the moment. Promethean's coming out. Yeah, I think he's gonna turn around.
That idle time is really nice, man. A little bit more valuable than that 5% going back for his villagers. Anyway, Joe, man, Atlanta's out. Atlanta with the Centaur hitting the wood line. Not too shabby. This is what I'm talking about, man. Grassing, utilizing those early heroes. Hitting that exposed exterior hunt. Doing what you can, finding what you can around that base. Not too shabby. Good reaction, though, by Rappel, by all means. Good reaction.
Yep, and he kind of knows, like, okay, once you see those sky passages, it kind of gives you a target. Like, okay, keep raiding this, send units at this. Like, there's going to be eco there. Like, sure, he can escape, but this is idle time, which is, resources your opponent isn't bringing in. At the same time, though, army can pop through there. Catapultes, right? Could be rather devastating, so you got to be careful. Yep, just like that. There we go. If you're Mermillo, but taking a fight that maybe they shouldn't at the moment. He hops through.
Oh,
I don't know.
surprise.
I feel like there should be like a slight cooldown on like how quickly you can keep hopping back and forth. It's a little ridiculous sometimes, but it is what it is. A little heroization right now on those units, and it looks like Greek hero will be going down.
Oh, that's a hello Hestia's Hearth right there. Delivery for Rappel right there. Very nice. A little unfortunate there for Grass dropping that relic. Yo, I don't know I'm a little sketched out on this double Hippias play. Whoa, that Centaur just got smoked by Shockwave. A little sketched out by this double Hippias play, man. I don't know if that's really the way to be going against Aranos. I know we don't see any catapultes. We see Town Center coming in just now. We don't see any catapultes just yet, but still, it's not like Hippias are wonderful against Mermillo either. It's a little bit sketchy for me, but hey, man, Grass is the one competing close to the finals, not me.
I think he's going for just the mobility because he just, there's going to be like 2, 3 sky passages. These guys are going to be hopping between, so he can keep the pressure on the eco, run back position, like keep running around. I mean, right now it's going to work nicely of like, sure, he can't take a head-on engagement against this army, but he doesn't need to. He's going for a second town center behind this. So his objective right now is to keep his opponent distracted, to draw any idle time he can, which is kind of what he's doing right now. You got these hip use, you got the Centaur doing their special attack, and behind this, his ecos, building up.
Fair point, man. That is very true. Fair point. We do see, I mean, he does have double stable, but it's not like he's mass producing those hippiest numbers, so he's idling his military buildings. We're talking about Grass and Groom, idling his military buildings right now. I'm not sure if he's gonna eventually make a switch. Obviously, he wants to get those Ville numbers out of both those town centers in the short term. Yeah, three villagers praying right now, so maybe some centaur numbers popping out here pretty soon. 42 favor, yeesh.
And it's a lot of villagers on wood as well, so that would lead to that, or maybe even he could go into some kind of archer switch. But yeah, centaurs likely could be what's on the way if he stays here in H2, which at the moment kind of feels like he's going to. Okay, he's able to find a nice right as he's about to get that finished. The citizen does survive. He's got a Pegasus, kind of keep an eye on that.
Whew. That citizen was getting low HP, bro. Holy smokes, he went right back into that special attack. Jeez. There we see centaurs coming in. So interesting, Grass going for centaur play here, man. Not as common these days
Towers.
to see. Yeah, he's getting his tower upgrade. Make sure he's nice and protected. It's centaurs kind of fell off a little bit. At least the mass centaur numbers, they kind of fell out of popularity a little bit. But Grass bringing it back, baby.
And they still can be just so frustrating to deal with. But at least for Atlanteans, they can do like, a bunch of ranged heroes. So not the worst thing in the world. Yeah, he's got I think 3 sky passages now, I believe. Did he finish that one? 1, 2. I think he's got 3 of them. Another raid coming in on the gold.
Nice. Shouldn't do any damage aside from idle time with those mana sitting right there, but still. Yo, just walking into the special. Careful there, buddy.
That. He could really use that one relic that's like it heals your villagers over time or whatever.
Yeah.
That'd be very useful for the Atlanteans. Okay, so towers have been upgraded. He's going to be targeting those right now. Centaur numbers starting to grow, and he sees that. I mean, at the point that you start seeing 3 centaurs, you got to be a little suspicious that, like, okay, there might be more on the way. Might need to start thinking about what your solution is going to be for the never-ending kiting that they will be doing, because you just know that's what they're going to sit by that town center and just keep doing that special.
Well, plus on top of that, man, a really common, as we've talked about plenty, a really common win condition is gold control, gold pressure, even a push on a gold mine, exterior gold mine. But if you're making so many centaurs, which are getting chased by so many heroes,
a nice ceasefire. I know. There's been talk about like centaurs dropping off, and man, they get, when you have an infantry heavy army like we're seeing here, like this can be just so deadly. Like the position he was just in with those centaurs, just like those specials flying around everywhere, and just like that area damage. He's actually upgrading them right now, the Polemark centaurs. So I don't know the best. I kind of feel like you almost like have to have like heroized Terma to try to chase him down. Otherwise, like he's just gonna bleed Rappel's army. But we'll see.
Sure.
Let's see what Rappel's got in store, because I get whooped by these things.
Well, but he's making centaurs, which that's just a little bit less gold that he needs to invest into other military units. So that means that he doesn't necessarily have to push outside to a gold mine quite as fast.
That is what I'm talking about.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 upgraded centaurs, man. Those things got to be ultra careful.
Yeah, at least he's got a large number of heroized units.
Yo, did he get the relic? Did he get the relic for the special attack?
Oh, I don't know.
It was in the far left side, wasn't it?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Your worst nightmare against these.
Dude. Dude, check it out. Plus, we got Aphrodite coming in. And again, those Nemean lions. If you can get a couple of Nemean lions out, you get like 2, 3 Nemean lions. That special roar that they can do, it can complete. It's essentially almost like not a chaos. It's almost like, it's, I don't know, kind of like a chaos a little bit. You can just stun the entire army. It's insane, man.
Yeah, this is going to be pretty huge with this age up. It doesn't look like Rappel is going to be aging up himself. He continues to grow his army numbers. Now, he's got a fair number of Prometheans actually on the front line. He is get the catapult, his heroized ones chasing down the centaur, so it won't do as much damage against the heroes. But here comes some archers. He's going to kite back to the walls.
Nice,
Nice,
man. There's enough army, or sorry, Rappel's army is large enough that you can't strictly rely on those Centaur special, man. You gotta, it's a good thing he's mixed in those talks. Right in the nick of time as well. Right in the nick of time, I like it. Got the hippiest going for some harassment. Good mobility, like you were talking about before, Fitz. Very nice, very nice.
Yeah, well, I'm seeing. I saw a few Hippopus queued up already for the Greeks, so needs to be careful. I know he's been leaning heavily into these Murmillos and the Catapultes, but yeah, he's got 3x3 train those right now. Oh, a nice pickup here if he's able to get these citizens.
Potentially, he's gonna lose some hips for it though. Those Catapultes, man, are so brutal. Probably, yeah, yo, three citizen kills, not too shabby, man. Not at all. Speaking of citizen kills, hello villager kills. That's a good enough army right there to do some serious damage, man. Oh, mama.
Yeah, he's going to go for the wraparound. Is he going to be able to get the surround on these guys? Let's see. Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. This is going to be killer. Oh, no. All those villagers. Oh. They're unarmed farmers. Miners, I guess. Complete cleanup. Can we get an F in chat for Grass's villagers?
No. He does. Yo, Grass and Groom deserves that so hard. I've been casting Grass Groom for years since he's been hitting the competitive scene. He has this problem, man. He has lost multiple tournament games because of leaving exposed gold miners out there. Dude, there were no walls, no fortress, no nothing. Just some naked, audacious, bodacious villagers out there mining away. He's lost multiple tournaments because of that.
Well,
I think he'd learn his lesson eventually.
Hades will certainly appreciate the new souls headed to the underworld. But unfortunately, no Shade's going to be coming back here today for Poseidon. Those villagers are gone. 52 versus 52 villagers. And yeah, we got, looks like 132 pop versus 176 of Ornos. I can't help but think, but Rappel's probably in the stronger position right now. We still have Curse, has not been casted. I'd imagine we'll see a Shockwave in the next big fight, but he's trying to age up, but he keeps spending resources. He's got almost there. It's cute. Come on. There we go. He's going to age up.
Yeah, man. That if you look at the build numbers, the eco numbers, man, that second town center was basically completely mitigated by losing that entire group of miners over there. Speaking of losing things, whoa, dude, like nice that. Micro.
I thought he was gonna get him.
I know, man. Yo, if he had a Shockwave, how much favor does he have? He doesn't have enough favor for another Shockwave, but that coulda, woulda, shoulda been so sick to Shockwave the Centaurs. He could have picked off easily 2, 3, maybe all of them. That'd have been cool. Nice garrison micro there by Rappel. Very nice.
Yep. And we've got Grass just kind of chilling back. He's got 2 town centers, training up villagers. Getting, looks like all of his eco upgrades. I think he kind of knows his eco. Took a little bit of a hit there on that northwest side, and Rappel just looks super comfy all over the map, gathering where he wants, when he wants. And looks like Grass is going to be moving out towards mid. Might have a bit of a clash here.
I don't think Rappel wants to take this before Heroic, however, because his army, like Terma, sure, the Terma can technically counter the talks, but still, all those Catapultes and Murmillo that he's got in his army, those things are going to get shredded like crazy if he goes straight up against heavy Hippospis, man. I think Rappel needs to chill out, wait for some Heroic Age units to come in, wait for Stymphalian Burst, Dryads, all of his heroic options before he takes an engagement here.
Yeah, but we've got right now the upgrades coming in for the Atlanteans. Arcus being added to the mixture, of course. And it looks like taking out those sky passages, just kind of maybe stalling that escape route for the Atlanteans. But it looks like Rappel's thinking about taking this fight. Here comes that special. Oh boy, don't forget that 25% faster recharge on all those. We got the Namian Lions going to be stunning a lot. We've got pigs. Atlantean army turned to pigs. The Catapultes wrapping around, trying to get on top of those Centaurs. He is actually wailing on them. Took 1 down, 2 down. And behind this, adding a town center. So it feels like Grass is confident he's going to win this fight.
I'm pretty confident for him as well, man. That was pretty dang good micro there by Grass and Groom. I know his Hippospis doing a lot of the work, but that backline of ranged units, nice micro there by all means. You know, having that curse in his back pocket helped as well. That was a nice little fight, man. That was a really nice fight for Grass. I think Rappel kind of jumped the gun there, dude. I think he jumped the gun a little bit. Knowing that Curse was in the mix, he didn't have heavy infantry. He didn't really have a lot of heroic age units himself. I don't like that fight for Rappel. That was a little bit of a mistake in my opinion.
Well, and I feel like Grass, like that's the type of move he needed to get his momentum back in this game. He lost so many villagers. He's now able to get a third TC, take a decisive fight. This is where he wants to be, and I think he can now start to drive this. I would like to maybe see a little bit more raiding coming in with the number of centaurs he's had, but he's just keeping his army together. Farmer transition has already kind of taken place as well, so his food should be pretty stable.
Yeah, that's a big deal, man. That's a really big deal, especially on the Atlantean side. Of course, Atlantean is going to have fewer citizens totally. So, but still, the transition into farms is pretty brutal for Atlantean. Those farms are expensive.
Lion in the middle of the field, taking on some dryads. It's going to be going down.
This is a pretty scary looking army here, man. I know he only has a couple of centaurs that are in the army right here, but one of those Nemean lions just about halfway dead. But still, you saw how much damage, how much stun damage that one lion did in the previous fight. 2 of them that can stun the entire front line of the Uranos army here. Dude, he's got the snipers. Rappel's got the snipers in the back, which is sick. The Dryads, it's a good front line. Groot trying to hold the line. I don't know if it's enough, though. There goes a hero. It just looks like that army of Grass is way too freaking strong, man.
That double stun is just so good. Every time he does this, like,
yes.
Right at the beginning of his fights, it's just hard. When his front line just melts so quickly when they're not fighting, he needs to, like, maybe get some more hero eyes to Arcus so he can maybe try to target down some of those myth units. There's also something going on the east side about where the villagers are. Okay, this can be... Uh-oh. It's like a fortress.
Okay, finally, the fortress does go up, so a little bit of harassment, but the Vills are going to be okay here. The Vills are going to be okay here. Still, ultimately, if you're looking at the mini-map, the gold mine options, if Rappel does not have map control, his gold possibility is very sketchy. There's a fortress over on the right-hand side that we just saw covering that gold mine, and the other one's down on this side. He's lost map control. He's down on military numbers. Yo, look at this immigration plan. We got a migration over to this gold mine. Holy crap.
That's a strip mining operation. He's not planning on keeping that at the moment. Needs to take out that lion. It's going to stun again. Before he stuns again.
Holy smokes, man. We got the Zeus bazookas, those talks against those the sharpshooters.
Nice tower micro there to keep those Arcus alive. Trying to allow... Okay, Grass takes the victory. You wouldn't have thought after his villagers got absolutely mowed over on the north side. But he's able to turn it around. And Rappel, the big military drop-off you can see there about right before the 17-minute mark. And Grass comes away getting some points on the board.
Very well done by Grass, man. He did... he kind of played that... not classic necessarily, but exactly what he needed to do. He did a little bit of harassment with his heroes. He had that mobility with his Hippias. He went on a town center. Eventually got the switch into the talks, etc. He kind of played that eventually. He got the Nemean lines out. Took a really good fight with Curse. That was essentially textbook Poseidon play in this matchup. I think Rappel kind of messed up, man. He made this giant army and he didn't do anything with it. And then eventually the stronger Greek army with all those counter units, those Hippospis, it just completely smoked him in that big fight. That's all she wrote, man. I think it was a big misplay by Rappel. Just solid fundamentals by the kid.
Really good use of the mass centaur and the Hippies being able to just be really mobile, be able to just keep that Atlantean army at bay and just really harass for a long time. I mean, those even in that big fight there at the end, we had double lions dishing out those stuns, and then you had in the back line centaurs get in with the area attack. That's just absolutely massive. And then just again and again, they've stayed alive for a very long time. And I think having that one relic also helped the special attack being 25% faster. I mean, that's huge when you're doing a strategy like that. So really well played move there. And that's going to be leading on up to to game number 3 here of this best of 5. And we're going to be going on over to Ghost Lake. It looks like Thor versus Odin.
Oh, mama. Oh, mama. We got ourselves a Fimbulwinter match, everybody. Rappel and Grass have faced up before in Norse Mirrors, and this is going to be an interesting one. Thor in this recent patch, Thor had a little bit of a nerf, not a huge nerf, but a little bit of a nerf. You got to kind of you got to tweak your build order so you can't get those free doors from your armory quite as fast as you used to be able to. But even so, I don't know who has the advantage here because I think that Odin has a good economy with the hunt bonus and dwarves, and a lot of flexibility and strategies you can go for. But Thor ultimately is going to have more dwarf numbers with the armory upgrades. So I don't know who's going to have the better economy. Maybe there's a door, window open, whatever. There's a window of opportunity for Odin to get some initiative going earlier on, since it's Thor's a little bit slower going with all those armory upgrades. I don't know who has the advantage here, although ultimately. What's your take on it, Fitz?
As far as like a civ advantage, I think we're going to be very close. Thor versus Odin. It's going to come down to like how comfortable both these guys are with those respective gods. I think it's going to come down to their positioning. Does somebody leave 10 villagers out on the map to get hit in a big raid again? I mean, it's incredible he was able to survive. Come back from that, did just fine. But Ghost Lake, of course, we'll see. How the spawn ends up being. Those exposed gold mines can really lead to a lot of raiding. Odin maybe being a little bit more stronger in the cav and the raiding front, particularly early on. But let's get in this. Game number 3, Genesis Retold. We've got TheRapl versus Grass. Here on the west side, Rappel is going to be playing as Thor, already doing a little lure there on the Oruk back to the town center. And his opponent out on the east side of the map is going to be his teammate Ace's Grass, who's going to be playing as Odin here today on Ghost Lake.
Well, first and foremost, starting hunt, really nice. Going to be super, super nice for Grass, especially as the Odin player. He can, with those starting Aurochs, he can have a whole slew of hunt inside his base if he wants to use that great hunt early on. He can alternatively use, actually, who's going for goat numbers? Yeah, we just see more safe hunt. This is awesome. It's looking like, yeah, it's talking about great hunt. Goat numbers, man. It's a fight for the goats in the center of the map. Really nice. And 2 gold mines. So again, I don't know who really has the benefit here economically. 2 gold mines, who's going to take some initiative, try and get some map control, maybe put some pressure. My opinion, here's my take on beating Thor. I know that Thor, again, mentioned it, a little bit of a nerf with the most recent patch. But my take on Thor is that you can you mentioned raiding cavalry Fits, but what about Heimdall potential? We haven't really seen a lot of Heimdall rushes. There's a lot of safe resources in your base on retold maps, so really rushing with Heimdall not super common or popular or successful. But against something like Thor, going for kind of a later boomier armory build, I think there's potential there, man. I think it comes down to Grass needing to make something happen in this game. Otherwise, he's going to get outboomed. But
it's
I think
definitely the riskier to try to go for that age up we haven't seen. It would be fun. I would enjoy it quite a bit, but I feel like it's unlikely to see. It's not just 2 gold mines in this case, right? We've got Thor we're working with, so we got literally you could have 3 gold mines in base. He never needs to go anywhere for gold for a while here.
That's a good point. That is a very, very fair point, man. Okay, touche. Well, then what does Odin do? Where do you get some kind of advantage if you don't necessarily have to leave your base?
Yeah,
It's
well, yeah,
GTC
it's like,
play.
okay, think you wanna like harass with calves sometimes, but yeah, what's there are going to be harass? He's got a lot of goats underneath. Like maybe those hunts could perhaps be some targets. But yeah, I would think maybe go for some kind of boom yourself, because how are you going to really there's basically 3 golds under that main base that they could survive for a long time. Would be probably the move, but okay, depends on these guys' style. We'll see. Probably pretty early on here in the second age.
That's a very fair point. And honestly, a boom could be pretty darn sick. Like again, it starts grass starts with a really good hunt, and then vodka showed us early on in that far right corner. There's a really good hunt behind grass as well. We saw the Archie blows. We saw tons. Both players have it rather. Grass gonna see the other side. Anyway, goat numbers also with double gold mine. Sure, Odin is not necessarily gonna have the triple gold mine in the base, but he does have the double gold mine in his base, plus a ton of goats. Check out the goat discrepancy. If you could, vodka. It looks like Rappel has what? 3 goats right there? 4, rather. I missed that one. 4 compared to, I mean, how many is that? 12? Plus there's 2 near that hunt patch that he can grab. So potentially 14 or more for him to grab. He's got, dude, maybe going for the 2TC play. Maybe that's a possibility because he's got oodles of resources that are pretty darn secure. That's a decent idea, man.
Yeah. And we do see that Age Up is on the way already. And they're both going with the same exact Age Up. It's going to be Freya. So we'll see Valkyries running around. We'll see the Forest Fire in play as well. Look at this. Walling his opponent off of the food. Okay, now we said he could try to deny food. That's a good way to do it, certainly.
Kids these days. The audacity of the kids these days.
This is disrespectful. Building walls like this behind his. Hey, look at that. Oh my gosh.
Grass is, how old is Grass these days, everybody? Is he still 16 or did Grass turn 7? He's the kid. He will forever be the kid, regardless how old he is.
I saw chat say 18, but yeah, he's definitely it's good to note because that's got to be like way lower than the average RTS player's age.
Yeah, what were you doing when you were 17?
17? Psh, playing Age of Empires 3, of course.
I was playing AOM. I just left school to play AOM, dude.
Yeah, I played a lot of the Asian Dynasties expansion with my brother. We'd play AOE3 together at home. I think I just got my own computer. Good stuff.
Oh yeah.
Nice Valkyrie raid.
Nice Valkyrie raid for sure, dude. Vil pick so far. Not only, check out the Vil numbers, man. 23 to 18, now 19. Starting off so far ahead, man. Getting the Vil pick is just like pouring salt in the wound, essentially. He's already ahead with a couple of free dwarves. He even gets a pick. It's sick.
Yeah, he's got a complete wall in on the on that northwest side for the memes, I guess. It'll be annoying here eventually. Forest Fire. Oh, where did that go? Is that on? Yeah, there it is.
Dude, why did he do that? He forest fires, but check it out. Look at the walls.
Yeah,
he's going to open up the wall.
Well, I guess he can just...
Kids these days.
I thought for a second it was Rappel like burning down his own forest.
To get into the hunt.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, does that expose the wall?
I think it should if it burns all the way through. I think it should.
Why did he do this? Oh my gosh. He was in all the time. Wait. Oh, does it stand?
Dude,
no
way.
Incredible fire resistance of those trees.
Wow, we got Smokey the Bear joining the chat. Holy smoke, saving the forest fire. Oh my gosh. Saving the Caribou, rather, PETA.
Wow. That was, I thought we were going to have cooked caribou there for a second. Okay, so we've got Rappel bringing raiding cav as well as Valkyrie out here to try to repel. Rappel's repelling Grass's raiding cav. They're both kind of similar compositions. We got a few Herser in the mix as well. But for right now, it looks like Rappel's doing a pretty good job defending. Should be breaking into this caribou here very soon. I know you had a few back there working on that wall.
You know, we see Thundering Hooves coming in for Rappel in the blue. We already know that he's got his full line of copper upgrades. So Grass and Grim needs to be a little bit careful, dude. We got a Valkyrie upgrade coming in. That's nice. Grass needs to be careful because eventually these raiding cavalry of Rappel are going to be so much stronger. They're going to have, I believe, copper weapons and copper mail ahead, and maybe even Thundering Hooves ahead of Grass and Grim's army. So I know we might have this is a potentially big little skirmish coming in here. It's hard.
It's fine. It's just kind of cav on cav, scrappy battle there. Not a whole lot of difference other than numbers. A few units being pulled back for some healing, I think, for the Valkyrie. But Rappel kind of being on his home turf, I think he should be able to win this with the reinforcement numbers. Pick off that Valkyrie would actually be a pretty nice kill there if he can get it. He's trying to escape via out of the town center. I think he get down just barely. One more shot. Oh my gosh. Right.
Skin of her teeth, man. Well, okay, so at this point in time, Rappel is just simply ahead in villagers. He's able to take his back hunt. You know, he's doing just fine. He did just fine in that fight right there. He's even ahead by, 50% military roughly. I think Rappel's chilling, man. And even actually, Vodka, go back over to Rappel's side. Does he have 3 great hulls? I know he's not mass producing. Yeah, he's got 3 great hulls out, man. Check out those. Now he's starting to produce just now. Maybe saving a little bit of resources there for his Falcon, the upgrade. Anyway, if Grass isn't careful, I know he's got gold mines in his base, but he needs to be careful and plenty of food. He needs to be careful though, man. If he gets completely outspammed with the Thor upgrades, he's just going to be blown out of the water, man. Ooh, speaking of
well, he
blown out of the
doesn't
water.
need as much food if he just stays on a dwarven economy, of course, with Thor. Oh man, a lot going down there. Wait, that's a blue forest fire. Yeah, I guess to get red go away. Yeah, that's saves a few of them, but yeah, losing a few dwarves there in the mix, not the best. But it looks like Rappel's gonna be chasing this down.
Yeah, and he's got such a military advantage. He could continue chasing, continue. I'm a little bit surprised that Rappel's not putting more pressure on, man. He has defended just fine. He has, he got that early Vil pick. He took that first fight. I know he doesn't see the same stats that we do in terms of economy numbers, but still, I'm just a teensy bit surprised he's not putting on more pressure against Grass.
Rappel's gonna have like no wood left in his base. He's had the 2 tree lines torched. I mean, heck, he could. I don't know. I feel like 125 is a lot to recast Force Fire, but I guess it'd be crazy to just keep spamming it.
Yeah, the ultimate wood.
I don't think I've ever seen it recasted.
Well, you'd think that, I know, same. You'd think that they would make it I am of the opinion that Forest Fire is weak in the damage that it does. I know that it does double damage. It actually kills units. Speaking of killing units, a little skirmish. It kills units and does damage, but it also depletes wood, so it is kind of a double benefit there, but still.
Yeah, I think that's the big thing. Okay, big fight here right now. Rappel's committing to try and take out some of these barracks on the front line. And we have the Cav just facing off. But there's some herdmen in there. There is. Rappel shouldn't be fighting this. Those are going to counter. I thought they were all throwing axemen in first, but there's actually some herdmen in there, and those direct counter them. Very similar army count, but I would say now we've got, I guess, a little bit of the actual counter army in there now with the herdmen.
I think Rappel kind of lost his edge there, dude. He allowed Grass to rebuild some of these counter units. He's got a couple Valks, he's got those herdmen that you mentioned. I think he's A-okay now. He's still behind in eco numbers. Yo, he's behind by 10 Vils, dude. That's pretty big. That's a lot when both players are 1 TC. That's a ton, honestly.
Yeah, yep. Valkyrie's going to be healing up that army a little bit, so that's another thing to consider. We'll see. Rappel looks like he has returned home for now, but I think this is going to keep drawing on for a while here. Just kind of both running across the ice, taking a little fight, going back through side. A little Aurora Borealis there, you can see. A little beautiful, little greenery. And there we go. Another fight taking off. I thought they were going to do it. No. I saw the Aurora Borealis for the first time. I've never seen it before. It was visible in Cincinnati last spring. It was pretty cool.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
How is that possible?
It was very vibrant. Yeah, there was a certain, I guess, solar storm or whatever. But yeah, we had the northern lights of the Aurora Borealis was visible in the Midwest. It was pretty crazy.
That's not fair. Yo, I'm jealous, dude. That's like one big reason to go up to Northern Europe to see that. Bad boy, speaking of Northern Europe, we got Southern TC going up with a big fight as well. Herdmen, some throwing axemen, mostly RC on both sides. Dude, look at that clump of raiding cavalry right there. Rappel's raiding cavalry are just bumping into each other, doing a whole lot of nothing. Now they're finally engaging. He's taking the fight out of the TC.
It's hard to tell if he's going to come out with this. I think Blue's got a bigger army. You got the reinforcements, though, that's sitting there in Grass's base. There's also the town center laying out some shots. I think TheRapl did tons of damage. Looking at the count, he's actually got double right now. So came out ahead there. These guys staying in Age 2. But I'm still not sure, like, even if with mopping that up, the town center still stands. Villager count still, well, I mean, I guess Rappel's ahead in that front, too. So this should be probably considered a victory for him.
Wow, dude, that looked like it was fairly even, especially with the town center doing a little bit of damage. But boom, in just a moment, everything just started dying, dude. Even those raiding cavalry just bumping into each other, wasting a whole bunch of time. He still ended up taking that fight. That went, in my opinion, surprisingly well for Rappel right there. Very nice. Yeah, but Fitz, like, this is he takes the fight right there. Okay, fine, he's going in for a raid, and this could potentially be really sick. He's going to get further ahead in his field numbers, which is just amazing. But at the same time, why is he not really pushing in, going for the kill? Where's that killer instinct, Rappel? Oh, those
nice surround. A lot of Valkyries in the mix for this one. He actually stays alive there with his villagers. I mean, Grass going for the additional town centers, trying to, right the ship for that. Would maybe like to see Rappel grab another settlement himself. But I think he just continues to push his military advantage. Takes out a house there. Keeps trying to siege forward, but just like these scrappy battles, can't really commit to taking down all this infrastructure.
Yeah, but he's got numbers, though, dude. He's got numbers. And so it seems like he wins a fight, he gains an advantage, and then he doesn't really capitalize on it. Another big fight coming in. Yo, we got Aurora Borealis all over the place here. Holy smokes. Medium infantry for Blue as well for Rappel. Now who's going to win the fight? Defender's advantage here.
We'll see when the dust settles. All I see is the green auras when these fights are going on.
When the Borealis settles.
Yeah, it's very, very scrappy. I'm trying to see if there's anyone raiding on the sides. It looks like everything is concentrated here in the middle. You look at the numbers at the top. I still think just like a big part of this is like Rappel is playing on Grass's turf. And he has the reinforcement, right? You got 1, 2, 3, 4, military buildings there, pumping out reinforcements as Blue's units are coming across. So if he really wants to try to, I don't know, push this away in this age, it kind of almost feels like he needs to consider some forward base options. But I'm not really sure that's the answer. I don't know if they'll consider aging up here soon. And don't forget, with both these guys having a pretty cav heavy army, this game could shift very quickly at any moment, right? As far as as these close and safe golds run out.
Very true, man. Very, very true. And we actually have Scotty. Speaking of heroic age, Scotty is pre-queued. Not quite queued, but pre-queued over there for Rappel in Blue. Man, look at that Borealis. That is... It's like I'm in Cincinnati, dude. It's like I'm in Cincinnati. It's beautiful. Retold for the graphics for the win.
Yeah, that's like a once in a lifetime. You'll see that here. Okay, but it's like another Cav army going to be facing off. And yeah, that age up Rappel. It's going to get that. And that's going to put him in a really good spot. It doesn't look like Grass is really in a spot to age up. And that could be pretty impactful when he gets to that. And look right now, he's wrapping around. Could go for some raids there on these villagers. Oh, is this totally walled off? No, I think he can sneak around. Yeah, he can.
Ooh.
He's not going to.
I want to know what the kill-death ratio is, honestly. Because for the most part, going for the... speaking of kill-death ratio, we could have a whole lot of death ratio about to happen. Wow. So long... If the last thing you see is an Aurora Borealis, hell yeah, I would go for that. But still, lovely raid. Yo, look at the build numbers now!
Yeah. Completely. I mean, I just said a little bit ago, it's like, soon this is going to change with all this cav. It didn't come down to the gold run now. It's just as a good rate on the Vil line, but age up coming in. This is just such an awkward time for this to be happening.
Dude, Scotty comes in. Okay, dude, I would sacrifice a TC for a 20 villager raid. Are you kidding me? That just completely flipped. Sure, he's ahead by an age, but still. That was a wonderful raid. And remember, okay, actually, he can use his Dwarven Goldmine. I was going to say, the gold situation, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, he can use his Dwarven Goldmine in his base, so he does have safe gold for now. By the way, Rappel has 2 TCs. He took that town site on the bottom side of his base. Boom, there she blows. I don't know when he took it. I wasn't watching, but he has that, so he can recover. It's now Rappel with 2 TCs compared to Grass with 1 town center. So he did get some counter damage, taking out the TC. Blah, 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 blah. He's ahead by an age, but still, things just got spicy, Fitz. Oh no.
Yep, Rappel's taking out a lot of that infrastructure at the front of Grass's base, but Grass firing back. Look at that. He's got all those Valkyries and Elvis Cav. He's aging him on his own. Gonna get a surround on that Frost Giant. I thought he might take it. Gonna run away. When does he use the Frost, I wonder?
I don't know. Like, actually, the interesting thing is that Rappel is pushing in here 5 minutes too late, bro, because that gold mine is dead. It's gone. He needs to, the thing that, as we see some random units getting, dying here, Grassgroom actually saved his second. Yeah, look, he saved that gold mine for later in the game. So he took his exterior gold mine first. Now he's back in his base, a lot more secure, taking gold back there. He's got 3K to work with. There's your answer.
Waiting for the double freeze.
Oh, that's Grass that used Frost. Oh.
Yeah. A lot of ice out here today. Oh, I thought I heard a trader. Did someone get a trader going there? I swear I heard one. Okay, there goes. Double freeze. Deep freeze. Can't even tell we got froze. That not a whole lot there.
That's what, like 4 RC? Are you kidding me? He didn't freeze anything.
Pretty bad.
Are you kidding me, dude? Rappel is kind of throwing this game, man. What is he doing? He's been in such a good position. He's back on the same number of villagers. Dude, I thought Rappel was finishing this game. But Grass is back basically on equal footing. Is he going to surround his army maybe and pick off more units? Yo, he needs to be careful. Rappel needs to be careful here.
Yeah, I can't really tell what's going on underneath all this frost, because of course the frozen units don't take much damage, as you know, but that'll be wearing off in 4 seconds here. And look at the army count at the top. Rappel 120 versus the 70 of Grass. So I would think he's probably in the better spot. They've been having very comparable unit compositions. Rappel did take a town center on that southwest side at some point, not sure. So helping with the villagers, he's actually crawled up about 7 ahead. And Rappel takes the victory. A very weird end to this game, but it was just kind of like a scrappy skirmish for like 15 minutes, it felt like here. Rappel walks away with the win with Thor.
What just happened? Rappel's throwing, Grass is throwing, gold mines are running, villagers are dying. What? I don't know, man. That's all I have to say. I don't know. Let's. Can we click on the military tab, please, Vodka? I want to see what the KD ratio is. Wow. Grass. Okay, so Rappel did have the much better kill-death ratio, killing 155 units. Barely got any Veil kills, but whatever. Still, I'm super surprised, man. That game was just back and forth, and I didn't know what was going on. I'm sitting there under their northern lights, just lost. What a game. Wow.
So many freezes. It feels like our brains need a little bit of time to thaw out as we get ready for game number 4. Look on Maiden's face says it all. I mean, that was crazy. Okay, so I want to quickly go to Maiden to dissect that end of game 3, right? With the worst frost we've probably seen in the tournament.
Ever. No, ever. That's the worst frost I've seen ever.
I'm defend him in a way. I think the thought process for Rappel was, I mean, it didn't matter in the end, right? He just had such an insane lead on military. But the idea is freeze like 10 of his troops, and then you have military advantage in the fight, right? Because that freeze is going to last longer than yours. Like,
yeah.
Theoretically, it's very big brain, but as you'll know, the line between genius and idiot can often be very close. Like, sometimes they're mistaken for the other. So I think I get what Rappel was going for there. It just didn't play out accordingly.
No, it did not. Ultimately, dude, I just don't even know what to make of that game, honestly. I don't have really much more to say other than, yes, there's maybe some big brain action going on with Frost and this and whatnot. I thought Rappel was losing. I thought Grass was losing. I thought Rappel was losing. That's a Norse war, baby. I guess that's what the long and short of it.
I mean, the whole series just kind of feels a little bit wacky, right? We've had some cool back and forths. That one felt like a back and forths. I mean, the forest fires at the start, Jesus. Don't get me started. Once again, we went from big brain to small brain to back to brain. It was all over the place. But I think like one of the interesting things I want to go back to early in this series, Fitzbro, was the flaming weapons versus bronze. I feel like
Yeah.
we've seen this a lot, and each time it just looks like bronze is better. Is that because Norse players have a tendency to build too many hearses? Because, like, in theory, with flaming weapons, hearses can just like match up against almost anything. But
Yeah.
often in these fights, they're going up against a full infantry army.
Yeah, well, definitely. Like when you're talking about that previous game with the bronze versus flaming weapons, so it was you had the counter units, right? Because it's like obvious he's got this huge block of Herser, and then he's like, okay, just made nothing but the counter infantry. And so when you look at that, when that flaming weapons maybe could have been really impactful, they were all fighting right up against their counter units. So obviously, in a vacuum to compare the two side by side is different than like that type of situation. So. Yeah, that's definitely why that fight. That he thought, clearly he thought he was going to win that, right? Because he popped that flaming weapons and is like, "I got the surround, I'm going to win," and then he just got mopped up. So maybe he misread his opponent's army composition or just didn't know that that's how that was going to turn out.
Now, the reason I bring that up is we aren't going to get to see the exact same situation of a bronze issue, which might like bode better if it wasn't the fact we're getting a very defensive Civ. Maiden, look at the next game. What is the chances we're just going to get some late game booming? Because I see Hades, they like their TC expansions, especially on maps like Tundra. And Freya have been leaning into more of the late game on average.
Yeah, but look at the map. It's Tundra.
Mm.
Think of typically what we've seen, not typically, but a lot of the matchups we've seen on Tundra. We're into the game. Long story short,
you know
exposed gold mines.
Let's see how exposed they're going to be. Game 4, ready to go. Can Rappel close it in the 4th, or is Grass once again today going to take us to a 5-game series? Let's find out.
Welcome back to Genesis Retold as we go into game number 4. Grass trying not to get mowed down by Rappel here because it could be match point if Rappel is able to squeak out another win. Here on the west side of the map, we've got TheRapl playing as Hades. We had a little Frozen action, maybe a little Netflix Mike Tyson reminder from last night. Maybe it'll come back. Now
Loading.
we're back here again.
Yeah, hey.
Welcome back.
Wow.
Good to see you in the lobby. Game's over.
Yeah, KP, where'd you go, buddy? No, while we're waiting, I think we're just gonna jump back into this momentarily. What is what it sounds like? Is that what it sounds like?
Nailed it. Welcome back again to game number 4. We've got Rappel playing as Hades, not freezing this time, looking great. And he's going to playing up against Grass, who's playing as the newest god in all of Age of Mythology. This is Freya coming out of the Norse pantheon.
Yeah, so Fitz. First things first. No, vodka. Go back over to the red side. Gold mines, man, gold mines. There's a big opportunity. Yes, very often you see Hades. Exactly, you see Hades. Playing defensively, town centers, etc., etc. But there is a very big opportunity, particularly against Norse. Athena Goldstar, baby. Athena Goldstar. You can do that with 2 town centers if you want, honestly. But if you look at the red gold mines, man, those things are both forward, both very non-defensive. So sure, Freyr has opportunities to drop an Asgardian hill for There's options. There's also plenty of options for a really strong Greek play to just straight up gold starve. There is restoration. There is Athena. Maybe that aggression is typically associated with Zeus, but with Tox as a back line, these Hades Tox are so ruthless in Retold. It's I don't know. I'm feeling nervous for Grass here, man. I'm feeling nervous for Grass here. It depends on Rappel's play style, what he personally wants to go for, but I'm feeling nervous for Grass.
Well, and as you talk about the archer capabilities, maybe we can take a second. Let's look at all the relics on the map, because there's often relics that tend to lean towards buffs for archers. Ooh, armor improvements, 50% less. That's always a fun. 50% less gold cost. Okay. See what else we got out here. We got the improves all building line of sight by 8. Nice line of sight bonus. We've got the tail Cerberus. Myth units use their special attacks. You saw this one earlier, right? Recharge minus 25% for the special attacks. We could see the centaurs again. And okay, then farming 10% faster. Okay, so nothing majorly here for archers today on the map for Hades.
Well, that's good news if you want to see 5 games, folks. That's good news for Grass and Groom because, or that's good news for you if you're rooting for Grass because it's a best of 5 and this is match point, man. So if Rappel takes this, he goes on to the next round and faces either Peggy or Recon. Anyway, there's a lot of exposed resources here, man. So I think that, it's not like Hades is known to be the most aggressive god, but by all means, with Restoration, and you actually see Athena coming in right now. He's already clicked up through Athena,
Yep.
so he's going to be about 20, 30 seconds ahead of Grass. I can easily see lots of aggression really paying off here for Rappel.
Yep, he's pre-queued that Vault of Erebus for that gold trickle. There's Ajax coming up during transition. What? Deleted the storehouse. I guess not in the spot he wanted it. Maybe built it a little too close to the gold. So gonna pay a little wood for that. A little villager gather time to build that second one. A little bit of a whoopsie daisy for Rappel, but Tiny wants to do that. And I'm trying to look at the macro as they're aging up. We've got 6 on gold, 6 on wood, 3 on food. I'm not really sure if they're gonna go for a TC expansion perhaps here. There's that Minotaur right away.
Looking at his eco, if he's going for a second TC play, then you'd think he would have a whole lot more resources banked up. What time is it right now? 3. Yo, that is an early advance, man.
Yeah,
going
getting
for
that Vault of
Erebus.
Erebus so quick. They cost a lot of wood too.
Sure. What's the follow-up, however? I'm torn. I'm not torn necessarily, but I'm not sure whether or not he's wanting to go for town center or wanting to go for some military units here.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm not seeing anything, so I know just a second
TBD.
here. Yeah, to be determined. Zoom. There we go. Got some defensive options there with the Sentinel God power, and just kind of waiting to see what Rappel's play is going to be. But meanwhile, we've got Grass has advanced up with Urur and has a Dragger walking around there. See if he drops down that Asgardian hill fort somewhere close. Maybe holds on to that one.
Okay, Longhouse to start. Not too surprising. Great Hall looks like coming up as well. Okay, not too surprising. Not the most aggressive, exciting thing to start. I actually very much dislike. If you go back over to that gold mine of Rappel, he should have maybe swiveled around those sentinels. That sentinel right there is kind of interrupt. He repositioned his storehouse and everything, and then he ruined his gold mining operation anyways with sentinel placement there. Anyway, not quite as aggressive as maybe we would have expected. Maybe I expected, but even so, it'll come. It'll come. Patience is a virtue.
And yeah, you've got the Great Hall coming in, so likely some military going to be on the way here from Freya. And for Rappel, it looks like a lot of gold in the bank for one, but a lot of villagers on food. Kind of feels like he's saving for an age up. I mean, he does have a military academy, maybe for defensive purposes. It feels like maybe he might go straight for aging, but he could spin those down pretty quickly if he wants to.
Dude, Fitz, I have zero clue what Rappel is going for here. It's 6 minutes into the game. We have no second town center. We barely have our first military building.
Age up.
How, man? He needs so much more food.
Yeah, I know. Maybe he's kind of, well, he's got an army. Oh yeah, he's gonna age up, but
why?
Kind of risky.
Aphrodite? He wants to go for Aphrodite? He wants to go for a straight Hippospis? Counter units or something? Why?
Yeah, maybe. And it looks like Grass is, of course, been building up an army. I wonder if he's gonna throw a hill fort down here. Kind of looking like, yeah, there it is, right on schedule.
Huh.
Okay,
I think this is weird, man. I think this is really weird because Rappel had to have scouted where the gold mines were. I feel like he's just giving Grass the gold mine, man. Sure, like you can kill a hill fort in heroic age, whatever. But even so, I'm super surprised.
Yeah. Yeah, look at the armory. He's definitely hiding that in the back of the base, like trying to show that he's not aging up. So going for the little sneaky age, but gives Grass all the room in the world to secure his gold expansions. I have the hill fort out there as well. I do see he's training a Pegasus, who's going to go get a little bit of intel. He's kind of flying blind right now. Quite literally, doesn't know what his opponent's doing. You know, for all he knows, you've been 2 town centers.
There's Aphrodite. I think he has a Catascopos. I think there's a scout up on that top side, maybe. Is that what that's up? Up. A little bit further. Boom. No, those are wolves. Sorry, Vodka.
Those are the
Dude, is he
wild
is he
wolves.
hiding his Pegasus in the water?
Yep. Keeping an eye on the water. Okay, Aphrodite is on the way. And more Pegasus being trained up in the meantime. And we see some barracks. He's going to see the armory. He's going to know something's up. Like, okay, you're aging, right? Like, there's nothing out on the map. Sure tell sign of that. So obviously going to be going for the counter infantry. If you're in Grass's side of things, throwing axemen probably would be the move. He does have a fair amount of them currently. Man,
dude, check it out. Sorry,
we checking.
He's just going for straight hoplites and talk. So why? I'm so confused. Is he wanting curse? It's not like he's banking up favor for Nemean lions. He just wants the gold starve with curse and a Nemean lion and his hoplites and talks? I'm confused here by what Rappel's doing. Somebody explain it, man. Somebody explain it. This is so weird.
Yep, and we've got Rappel just kind of running around, seeing what he can find, but all the gold villagers are on the far north side, taking that, I guess, that distant gold before taking the safe gold closer, I guess.
Yeah. I guess.
Kind of wild spot to be.
After all the peace, Grass decided to hunt a little bit too, a little bit too cocky in his hunting. Yeah, we see the dwarves up there. Did
he not learn his lesson from the last time?
I know, right? It's not a bad mind game to play. He's fortifying this gold mine.
Yeah.
True. That's very true. Very, very true. He's
All
baiting Rappel over here on this gold mine. He's baiting Rappel, but he's not on that gold mine. Ho ho.
Yeah, he's pretending like that's where he's gathering gold.
Psych.
Well, it's working out so far. Hasn't found it. Pegasus are out, but they're not in the right spot. And he is aging up, it looks like right now. So we're going to have a heroic battle here, too. There's the Nemean Lion. Of course, Curse is available as a god power to convert some Norse units into piglets.
I know Vodka showed this a second ago. We do have A here coming in. That's the heroic age for Grass and Groom. That's the Tempest god power potential. Plus the Rock Giants, man. Rock Giants, a little bit scary, especially as Greek. Even Greek in the third age, you still only get 2-3 heroes in your army. So those Rock Giants, man, potentially scary. Dude, Rappel is so confused. Look at he's wandering his army around the edge of the map. Where is the economy? Where is the gold? What is happening? Yeah, what is his army doing over there, dude?
He's just chilling.
He's literally on the opposite side of the map.
I'm surprised how passive Rappel has been since he hit the next stage. He's just amassing troops, I guess. Maybe expecting there to be villagers there.
I see he's got a bunch. He's got 4 villagers on favor. Rappel does. He's got 40 in the bank. I wonder if he's going for some Nemean Lion action. It's a little bit later. It's not like he's going straight Nemean Lions, but what else would he be banking up all that favor for? He's used curse, or he has not used curse and restoration, so it's not like he has to buy a god power. Little raid here. Should probably get a couple of Vil kills, right?
Especially if they stand still.
Yeah, seriously. Bank. There's 2. Okay. What's next?
Yeah, it's like he's getting upgrades clearly, so he's waiting for these upgrades to come in. But now, Grass has had time to get his own upgrades, so I'm not really sure now. Look at the army count. I mean, very similar. Grass has actually got more still, spread out a little bit more. But yeah, we got Tempest, we got Curse, who's obviously going to influence the next big engagement.
Are we gonna see it? Something's happening. I can feel it. There's the curse. That's not too bad, man. Grass forces the curse to be used and then just backs off. He doesn't necessarily need to take this engagement. Take it when it's favorable, with some RC coming in. Temp is coming in. Restoration probably going to be used here momentarily. The RC blows. Who's going to take this fight, man? Can the Hades Tox carry Rappel to victory here? Maybe no, dude. He's starting to retreat already. Resto, not enough. Not enough for the win there. Not too shabby for Grass, man. Tempest for the win.
Yeah, that's probably one of the better Tempests I've seen in a while. Grass doing okay. Look at the villager count, 42 versus 90. This is time. Go, 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 Grass. He's got to go push his advantage because his military is up right now. Let's see what happens.
Walls can stop him temporarily, and in fact, it's Rappel that's got kind of a dual mining operation happening. Got a little mining operation right here that we see on screen. He's a little bit north side, or kind of leftish, northish, middle of the mapish side as well. There we go. Okay, so actually Grass sees it, man. Gold starve not necessarily happening right away, but still gold pressure at the very least, eh?
Yep, let's see. Can Rappel kind of defend and hold his position? He's got a lot of archers. Oh, man. That's going to hurt.
Man, both the Rock Giants and the Nemean Lions, both their special attacks, so sick. There's actually a couple of Draugr out right there. One just went down, but the Draugr two went down. Yo, was that Chiron or something picking those things off? What is Rappel doing, dude? It's 34 villagers to 49. It's 20, 18. What is happening? Is Rappel even playing anymore? What just happened? What is he doing this game? It's like he's not even playing the game. What is Rappel doing? He's just lost everything. Where is he losing villagers? Were there villagers in that army? Yo, where is he losing villagers?
In the mining camp. Yep. There you have it. Okay, Grass gonna take it. The reverse sweep. He's got points. It's 2-2. Okay. We got ourselves a ball game.
Yeah, but what ball are we playing with? No, I guess I should ask Rappel that. What ball is Rappel playing with? What just happened? Seriously, what just happened?
Well, I was kind of interesting. He took that fight. He had a big archer ball. He had that wall like right behind him. I thought maybe he would scoot behind that, but I don't know. It almost kind of looked like he had given up for there. He just kind of stood there and took that fight. Didn't even try to hide it or anything, and maybe just realized like that was just the situation of where he was. I'm not really sure what the game plan was with like he went straight for H3 and then kind of just sat there with it. He didn't really push anything. He wasn't able to scout. I mean that rogue gold mine in the far north. I mean that was kind of random, but I'm not entirely sure what his game plan was. That kind of looks like me going for a fast H3 with no plan. But I'm sure he had one. We just had to ask him what it was. But Grass was able to just pretty much just play it slow, take his hill fort expansion, and then just follow him up to H3, get a really good attack there with the hailstorm. So good on Grass and getting 2 points on the board. He was down in the series, and now we'll be taking us all the way to match point game number 5.
I'm a little bit blown away, bro. Like, Rappel is a really high-level player. He's so talented and has so much potential. I don't know what in the world was happening there, man. I don't know what in the world was happening. This is one of the weirdest games I've ever seen Rappel play in my entire life. That was weird.
Well, I'm sure he's going to be forgetting that one because we're going to game number 5. It looks like Rappel's going to be playing Isis versus Kronos. Grass can be playing Kronos. Kronos has been really popular lately and really coming up as far as this. I was looking at the stats earlier. Kronos has been quite popular. I've heard that they haven't done so well in the tournaments, so we'll see here. It's their life is on the line here for this final match of Blue Lagoon here, Isis versus Kronos.
Let's go, man. Game 5.
Welcome back to Genesis Retold. It is currently 2 versus 2 as far as the scoreboard goes. I'm Fitzbro. We got Iron Maiden here, and this is match point. Who will win here as part of these finals? Rappel going to be playing as Isis down here on the south side of the map with the Egyptians. And on the northern side, it's going to be Grass. Also, well, he's going to be playing as Atlanteans. Kronos, maybe a little bit of time shifting could be coming in here today. The map is Blue Lagoon.
Well, Kronos until today and maybe last week has had a bad win rate. Magic has definitely turned that around. So let's see if Grass can maybe continue hold the Kronos flame. I suppose you could say. Um, I don't really know if there's one god who necessarily has an advantage here. It kind of, I think, comes down to resource spawn. Blue Lagoon's the type of map where you can have really sketchy resources outside of your base. That could maybe cause a problem for, on the ISIS side of things. Um, maybe Kronos has the potential to take advantage of that. But what we've typically seen, and actually we saw Rappel earlier today, he went for some pre-siege action, if you remember that. Actually, that was the first game of the day, man. It feels like a lifetime ago. He
Yeah.
went for kind of a delayed pre-siege, type of thing against Magic. Um, and Magic
I
handled it
could be the
exceptionally
same thing
well.
here, perhaps. I don't know. Yeah, because you're right. That's what he did earlier, right? It was pre-siege. Could we see the same thing here? Quite possibly. Grass right now, we're dropping down that temple. Um, I wonder if he's going to open up with like the early. Typically, you see the forward temple, right, with the Prometheans running around and raiding. We'll see if he goes for that. Let's take a minute and do our relic check of the game. We got 4 relics here on Blue Lagoon. Okay, we got increased health. Ah, boo. This is one of the worst ones in the game, but there it is. Okay, it's great to have for less cost of drop-off points when you're Egyptians and they're already free. But I guess the build time would be nice.
Or Atlantean.
Yeah, heroes do more damage to myth units. Okay, that could be decent. And then last but not least, we got myth units are more resistant to pierce damage. So some myth and anti-myth relics. Okay, so I don't know. We got some mid relics out here today. They're okay.
I
And
think
Temple
that's
putting it
Temple
forward.
coming in on the front. He sees it. He sees it. We haven't really seen these initial Prometheans do a whole lot of damage, Fitz. So I don't really expect there to be a whole lot of damage done that Grass can accomplish here. I think it'd kind of be a miracle. Honestly, Rappel played this earlier today. Yeah, he's dropping houses already. Speaking of stronger houses, which might be a necessity, it might be a nice relic to get on this map or in this situation.
Yeah, housing.
Anyway,
Yeah,
well,
you
I
build,
think I think
build
Rap
wall with houses. Yeah.
Well, there you go. And of course, Rappel's not going to go out and get that relic right now, but I think he can handle this pressure just fine. I think it'll be interesting to see how Grass follows this up. If he just immediately pulls back his temple, if he tries to continue some type of pressure, I don't think he's going to accomplish really anything here. So
And we've got the Flood of the Nile tech coming in right now for ISIS. That's going to be a free food trickle. Of course, a unique technology when you're playing as ISIS. Don't forget to get that bad boy. Always good to have. And he's up in the next stage. We've got Eclipse for God Power and a Sphinx running around somewhere. Probably looking to do some harass. There he is. He's found that temple. And then on the other side, of course, you got Prometheans jogging around and some heroization you can use over and over again.
this is a little bit different. If we take a quick little, I mean, we see the Terma coming out. I'm curious, Vodka, if it's double counterbarracks or just single counterbarracks. We don't see. Okay, so he's going for double. Not as big surprise there necessarily. Um, but we don't see the immediate second town center like what
Did
we've
he
seen.
lose that?
He just lost his temple, dude. Wow.
Flew a little too close to the sun. I mean, it's coming. We like immediately know that's gonna happen, right? Wait, that was I thought I did delete it for some reason. I didn't see the Promethean. I was like, is he throwing? Okay. We got Sacred Cats tech on the way right now for ISIS. That's going to be buffing his food gather rates across the board. It's going to be nice to have. We also have Prosperity just about to wear off, so getting a little bit of a gold boost. You actually see it's almost like 1,000 gold in the bank. What's he going to do with that? He's going to throw down some more barracks. He's going to go for TC expansions. We'll see here in just a moment.
You'd think that'd have to be, again, we're expecting some pre-siege action. Priest, it's got to be a town center, right? TC, something to follow it up with that. I highly doubt he's going for Priest production right now. He's got 16 on food, though, man. Rappel's seems to be targeting heroic, but
Yeah,
what?
maybe he just was banking his gold and his. Yeah, I think you're right. I think he's like, fast heroic worked so well last game. He's gonna try it again.
Yeah,
But this would have to be like pre-siege, right? If he does this.
I mean, it looks like it. If he does have a barracks out, so you know there is some potential there to trickle out some slingers, possibly
Now,
something like that.
we got to call out like Rappel played earlier today, right? This is the second series of his. Like he's been playing for a long time.
No,
So something to consider. I mean, I can't remember how many rounds the other one went. I mean, he's played a lot of games today.
it was against Magic. That was the 3-1. So 4 games plus this series against Grass by all means. He's a young whippersnapper though, man. He's not a teenager like Grass, but Rappel's a young whippersnapper. He can go all day, baby. No problem in that regard. At least he better not be. When I was his age, I was able to play AOM all day. Not anymore, man. I'm getting old.
Bro, my baby just hit 6 months old today, so I've had less time than ever to play video games. But it's fun to have an afternoon casting with you here, Iron Maiden, and getting to see all the action here at the EGC. Definitely don't get to see as much of the esports as I typically would be following, but there's been other fun things going on around here.
Well, the matches are delivering so far today, man. We've seen some drama, some upsets, some losses, some wins, etc. It's been exciting. We also see some Neftis coming in as well. So 30%, or not 30%, 30, halfway there, sorry. Hyperion coming in as well. We've got Heroic Age incoming. This is interesting, man, because we saw Magic get a similar heroic time, but he had the double TC play, whereas Grass and Groom's going for the Terma play and the 1 TC heroic advance. So similar-ish in their heroic time is to try and play against the probable pre-siege, but very different in the 1 TC versus 2 TC.
Yeah, here comes that heroic, and I think this is going to probably go pretty quickly here. Granted, it's 2-2, so I don't know if they'll throw all the cards and all the chips in right now, or will they take their time? Let's see. We've seen Priest in queue already. Keeping an eye on that production. Needs to probably secure his next gold, I would think. These Term are doing such a good job at picking off a few priests.
You know the interesting thing, Fitz. He's Kronos. Kronos has deconstruction, and first we're gonna see Ancestors Eclipse in the base of Grass and Groom. This is not a bad idea because the Terma are completely out of position. So sure, the Satyrs can try and counter these the Ancestors, but there's still too many, dude. He's got to get back there.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, Ancestors is so much weaker than it used to be because they used to like all instantly spawn or whatever. They take the time to crawl out of the ground now. Largely, I guess it half helped the Satyrs, but didn't do much else other than that. Scorpion gonna get killed pretty quickly there by Heroi's Cantarius. Kind of feels like it didn't do much other than distract.
By all means, distraction is valuable. You can see he's dropping a monument and probably a Migdal on his forward gold mine, talking about Rappel. However, you're right, there we go. So he cannot get deconstructed. That's what I was going to mention real quick beforehand. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if it was necessarily wasted, but that's a really clutch or crucial, strong god power combination that he didn't really get a lot of value from.
I can't help but to think of what is Rappel doing here? He's got interesting Eclipse Ancestor usage. I guess a lot of Spearmen. We are seeing some Migdal play here. Some Camels. We haven't seen a whole lot of Migdal action, honestly, this entire day. We had a Camel out chasing around, but I need more than one.
I think it's a pretty decent idea because I think what Grass was thinking of, you could tell he's not taking the second town center, got a good heroic timing, and he's going for Cantarius. That's a good play in general, but again, I think that he was maybe expecting the pre-siege action, and that's not actually happening. So it's almost like Rappel is countering the counter, if that makes sense. If he sees a lot of, there's a lot of Term, a lot of Cantarius, bro, Camels are going to smoke that, honestly. So I like it, man. I think it's a good play.
Yeah, he would need a... The only thing I would say is, he kind of showed his hand by showing him one camel. Of he's got this whole cav army, and I'd be like, okay, hold on a second here. But for right now, he doesn't really have... I mean, it's purely Spearman, I guess. But as we've seen before, Cantarius are very strong. They could probably take this, see what happens. Man, I would love to have an Eclipse and Ancestors right now, but we don't have it. Chaos going to be causing problems on the Egyptian front line. You see a lot of units taking damage. Pharaoh going to get caught up in the action, goes down. This could be the end of Rappel in this tournament. I mean, he's just got his army completely mopped up, didn't do almost any damage to grass. What's he going to do here?
He's gonna get deconstructed. Look, 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 look. Is he gonna do it? Is he gonna do it? He's gotta do it. Deconstruct the amygdala?
Massive.
Seriously, man, deconstruct the amygdala and then just clean up everything. Are you kidding me?
You're micring, it's very easy to forget it. And I don't think it's going to matter, though. He's currently wiping out his priest, trying to do something. Fancy footwork around the amygdala right now, popping in, popping out. We got the priest taking out the Mithridates very nicely. Maybe you can get on top of the satyrs with those as well. A few camels coming out, but nothing of any volume. Amygdala continues to stay up. There's that deconstruct.
Yo, it's about time, and grass takes the game, the series, and Rappel gets knocked out with
Reverse
two.
sweep.
A reverse sweep! The broom, dude. That's 2 games. Yeah, 2 games back to back. Just weird. What happened to Rappel in the second half of the series?
I'm getting my broom out in chat because that was a little wild. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, it would be interesting to ask. I don't like to make major speculations. All these guys are just, such good pros at this scene. I mean, Rappel had a lot of games today too as well. But yeah, it felt like Rappel was in control early on in the series. And then like things just slipped away. Those fast heroics, that previous game, it really was unclear, what the direction of that strategy was. And then for this one, it seems like the spearmen just got absolutely mopped up in that like one big fight, and like that was it. It was really what that game came down to.
Well, we were. You want?
Well, I think we need a moment to reset our brains because what a turnaround. I mean, we might have to rebuff for Iron Maiden there. It seems to be paused, seems to be frozen because this series, the second half, I mean, you can maybe argue fatigue, you can argue that the burn, the long series, but you can't take anything away from Grass. Snatches victory from the jaws of defeat, stares down the barrel of one of the best players with a 2-0 up, and manages to claw it all the way back. What more could you ask for, Fitz?
I mean, you got to give credit. I mean, Grass just had an absolute great performance. He was on the ropes, and he, was looking like that maybe he was about to be out, and just kept fighting. I mean, even when his first point in that series is when he had got like 10 villagers rinsed or something crazy, and he turned around and won that game. I mean, just like, big congrats to him on just like a great performance. The series, it's a best of 5. There could be 5 games, and he took it all the way up through game 5.